First thing we get into is this. So, Legend of Under a Rock, there's a new Tomb Raider animation out on Netflix, starring Haley Atwell, who played Agent Carter. If you watch Marvel content, I can't think of anything else off my head that she's in. Uh, but there's been a lot of discourse involving the animation because it shows her having muscle. So the comments are what you expect them to be. And there's a lot of, she's like a man. So I just want to talk about this as someone who is a massive Tomb Raider fanboy, playing Tomb Raider games since the old PS1 version of Tomb Raider. And it got my attention. Maybe we want to talk about it. Maybe want to go on a rant about it. First off, she looks fine. She does. Anyone who says a woman with muscles is like a man, it's just either a brain dead moron, B, just looking for attention. Yeah, a lot of it is the latter. It's people who know that it gets people attention and they want you to interact with them. They're interaction antis. They want you to interact with them. They want you to talk to them. These are the kind of people who don't even who don't have real pictures. They have like just basic shit names that aren't really associated with like anything other than a TV show, or it's all just to troll. You got a guy like this who's like, sorry, but there will never be a Laura Croft for me. She will always be this great and it's knockoff to me. There's only 4 acceptable Lauras, and all 4 is just big tits, barely wearing clothes version of Laura Croft. So it's like his basic assumption, his basic thought process is, if I can't beat off to her, it ain't Laura Croft. And it's like, here's the thing. We'll start from the top. There's a lot of dudes out there on the internet who give their opinion on women when they can't pull the women who they're giving an opinion on. Like, if Laura Croft was a real person, these guys who are saying she looks like a man and I don't accept this version of Laura Croft, they wouldn't have a shot to begin with. You got like a lot of 4s, a lot of visual 4s with personality of a 2, sitting there saying they wouldn't date, think of any celebrity. Just think of a celebrity off the top of your head. Halle Berry, Sydney Sweeney, Haley Atwell, she's the voice of the character. They will sit there and be like, they have a visual 4, personality of a 2, and they would sit there saying like, I would never freaking date Haley Atwell. She ain't my type. It's like, my man, she wouldn't even acknowledge you if you were freaking on fire. That was kind of sounds a little harsh, but that's what these dudes are doing. And a lot of them, they get exposed easily. A lot of them get exposed easily. Like, I remember it was, I don't follow this person, but one of my mutuals retweeted a post that she posted. It was this Twitch streamer, and she was sharing the DMs and comments from a guy who was talking shit about her. Like, he was talking shit about her, calling her ugly and stuff like that. Then she shared DMs of him trying to get with her, calling her the most beautiful woman he's ever seen, and he'd be so lucky if he date a girl like her, and basically just gassing her up and trying his best to woo her. And then when she wasn't interested, he turned on her and started talking shit about her. That's a lot of dudes in there right now. A lot of dudes in there right now, they're so vain. They're so vain. They're so hateful. They're so misogynistic. Not because they actually believe what they believe in, because they're just mad. They're miserable people who are mad that they're not getting anything. Like, they sat there and they did all the donations and gifted subs and stuff like that to like all their social medias and their OnlyFans, and out of it they got nothing. So they're just revenge tour. I'm gonna talk shit about you. It's like that, and that experience is a lot of women. A lot of women had that experience where a guy will be like, gassing her up with all the compliments, and the second she says she's not interested, he just starts being hateful. That's a lot of these dudes. A lot of these dudes are chronically single, as I like to call it, chronically single men who are just judging women. Saying she looks like a man, and it's dumb, it's silly. It's like I said, like, a lot of these dudes, they're just chronically single. They hate their life. They hate that they're alone. They shower once a month. They haven't brushed their teeth since freaking high school, and they're freaking 40 years old now. They make dating profiles, and yeah. Here's the thing: people like ignore realism. You know, this depiction of Lara is probably the most realistic depiction of Lara Croft ever. You know, you think about what she does, you know, her hobbies, the job she does. You're not going to be some incredibly thin, petite cheerleader, you know, aesthetic doing what she does. You know, like this is someone who is in gymnastics, and gymnasts are very, very built. You look at Simone Biles, you look at Allie Reisman when she was competing, you look at Jordan Childs, you look at Sonny Lee. I had a friend in high school. We call him Captain Morgan. He's in ROTC. He's also in gymnastics. Freaking insanely built. Also, she does archery. Archery, you know, if you're using a bow that's doing some actual freaking like damage, back muscles, shoulder muscles, triceps. I think she knows martial arts as well. You usually aren't gonna be like someone who's, you know, not muscular doing martial arts. Like realistically, someone who does what Lara Croft does is going to be muscular. If you don't like that, then you don't like realism. You know, it's not anyone's job to make, you know, someone for you to beat off to. That's what a lot of it is. A lot of the discourse in it right now when it comes to like men hating how the character in Star Wars Outlaws looks, hating how Lara Croft looks. It's just they want every character who's a female to look like, you know, they're an inch away from being a porn star. So that's that. We can move on.